then Junctis are going to be sitting very comfortably at the top of the table.
Looks like they decided to bring a Pulse and a Buck here. So this should be an interesting dynamic. I imagine some vertical play is going to come in big time here.
Yeah, for our defensive roster, we do have Pulse and Valkyrie in again, and Smoke there. So we've got 3 C4s, which we've started to see some teams use up on towards the floor of kitchen once again, now that teams are starting to focus a little bit more onto that kitchen trapdoor. Something that was immediately ignored by a lot of teams in the past because, yeah, the C4s from underneath were just too predictable and too easy to land. Now that teams have started to phase away from doing that, and the fact that top-down play with Buck has come into the picture, he's a little safer to make those holes. It's not so easy and safe for a Pulse to make that kind of up through the floor C4 play. So some teams are edging towards a strategy which will allow that kitchen dropper to be opened again.
I think as long as you're ready to back off from it, if it's not going to work, it's worth trying. You know, you Penta at least with Pulse able to tell who's coming into kitchen or how many they're coming in, can help out when they start blowing up those floors. They have an idea, especially for the roamers to go do those flanks.
So let's see where the attack comes in from playing Ducks, as they do very quickly start to breach the construction tunnel. Will we Shatter going in that way on Blackbeard? The tunnel door is not actually closed, so he could get down here and very quickly start to punish any late reinforcements, any late positions from Penta down on the inside. His journey is killed off, but now he does start to edge his way forward. He doesn't want to reveal himself too much, because if he dies too early on here, he will not be able to apply the pressure from this angle when the rest of his team are pushing the other spots, which is exactly what he is here for.
You see Sai there just sitting on the camera. I imagine he might have been looking at that camera to make sure he was going to, if he was going to come in there, he was going to catch him out, but doesn't look too ready for a tunnel push yet.
He's just holding back. They do start to crack a couple of holes in the kitchen floor. We see explosions and traps being made through there. Panari is thinking about it and is looking down at what's coming his way as he's dodged out 1 C4 already.
He hasn't placed the thermite charge yet, though, and I imagine he's going to have to get that off pretty quick just in case they do have another C4 ready for him.
Sai peeking around the corner, spraying a shot. It does deal a bit of damage, but there's 2 of them now that have got their attention pulled in that direction, and well, there's already a lot of damage landed onto that Jaeger. Pengu takes Zaronic down elsewhere now as Rendir is still checking for Thermite and checking the stairs as the flashbangs are coming in. Lackey on the cameras in church has to come off as now Sai is watching this front corridor. Smokes are coming down but not really landing on anything. Pengu here inside the blue corridor has picked up that first kill. Sai will get one on Chaos now as Tweak is tentative about pushing forward here into the shotgun.
It is a 5v3 against the defenders.
Cannot come around that corner. Sai shoots him in the side of the head straight away. Shat is being smoked out, so couldn't cover. Tweak coming from that direction, and now Panari has got his second thermite charge off, but he's now stuck here inside the kitchen door. Rendir sees him coming around, tries to pre-fire it with the shotgun, but will not land it. He's looking for his position to be exposed. He does now see him. He does get that good headshot from Panari, but he's immediately traded back the other way because they pushed up the stairs from Sai. Chatset does trade back as he was not stuck in that construction corridor like Sai expected him to be. He's got 45 seconds now and he's got 3 people to find. He needs to pick up the diffuser though, and it's inside the kitchen.
He's going to have to rotate to a different position because they already know he tried to push that once.
He has to pick up the diffuser and then get on moving quickly as there were a couple people pre-aiming it already. Tornado Toby's now in construction tunnel. Lackey here at B. Looking in case he's going to drop. Drop he will. He actually drops this a little bit to the right-hand side, but Tornado Toby peeks around from the construction tunnel. And it's an easy shotgun blast to the face of Blackbeard.
That was a good hold at the end there.
Off he goes.
He may have actually been better pushing down the stairs at that point, but he didn't have a lot of time left. And he was kind of surrounded by the 3 defenders on the actual site. It was a push where he didn't really make maximal use of his tunnel to really get in there. Once they knew he was there, he wasn't able to do a whole lot. They were able to smoke him out, push him back. And Thermite up there just wasn't quick on doing a whole lot, stuck in the kitchen. Just left himself trapped. I mean, he survived longer, but once they found out where he was at, he was quickly traded. You know, he gave him plenty of time to come up and flank him while he was busy trying to shoot Pulse.
That and the fact that Pengu picked up that kill in the blue blue generator corridor so early on, meaning they didn't have that third angle of pressure. It was just the construction tunnel and then these front stairs. Nothing much really for Penta to worry about. They can just fire 2 sets of fire onto those 2 spots. Job's done. Thermite charge wasn't going to bar dropper. There's no chance they could have come through there. Just focusing entirely on this top right-hand corner of the screen as it is now, the northwest, having the entire thing covered.
Definitely dangerous for Thermite to just sit in there trying to pick them off at that point. I mean, obviously it's not a drop you want to just drop down recklessly, but you need to make maximum use of that room to actually put down a lot of downward pressure, and just dancing with Pulse like that wasn't doing it.
So Playing Ducks now on their defense, only doing a 2 reinforce here on the front, sorry, it's a 3 reinforce on the church wall, it's just on the far side. They then do have 1 reinforce here on the church wall to blue generator.
Looks like
while Zaronic is hiding in there. will use it with a crawl hole or something to cover through. Upstairs, Panari looking at the kitchen floor as Sai is coming in through garage. Not using the construction push, as Chaos is actually playing very aggressively up in that construction tunnel. If they were to come through it, he could catch someone off guard.
Looks like he's waiting on his camera as well, just for that to happen. Looks like they're pretty much just sitting in place right now, droning out, getting their stuff ready for that push. They're coming from multiple angles, so as long as they can do that at the same time, this can work.
Yeah, they beat it in very quickly to try and catch anyone a little bit off guard that was still reinforcing or whatnot. But now they slowed down a little bit and are starting to make themselves some different angles and droning and checking for safety before moving too much further forward.
Deploying sensor.
Cracks a hole in the floor, looking down through it towards gold, and this kill hole rather, that Panari made. Thermite will blow the trapdoor behind him inside bar.
Attackers dropped the
As Pengu gets taken out.
And that's the diffuser down there.
Outside, he jumped off a roof, I'd imagine, after taking a bit of damage. To get down from there, it's a bit of a challenge. It's ironic with a great shot on Tornado. Toby does pick up that kill and be the first one for Playing Ducks on their defense. It is right here through the tiniest of gaps.
Hopefully we'll see Buck opening up some holes there in the floor.
Panari doing the same thing now through the floor inside kitchen, taking down the Buck as he tries to come through the doorway. The thermite charge has already gone off though, so that is kitchen now open.
We'll see if the Pulse can do the same thing that they did on the opposite side last time. He's just waiting for them to make that push on that hole. But the drone is going to come down and find him.
By attackers.
Yeah, Lucky's drone will find Pulse waiting underneath. Rendy is now up top here as well. Penta with that angle would be nice for Blackbeard, but they've already lost him. Sai now at the front stairs, looking in towards gold. All three members of Playing Ducks are over here. Panari comes around the corner, firing his shotgun off aggressively, though picks up one, looks for a second one and gets it onto Rendy. Switches to his pistol, but Lackey is already firing. Lackey does finally get one kill for the attacking team, but he's on such low HP himself. He runs into B, doesn't see Chaos to the left-hand side, and will get a shot to the face. Doesn't matter what range you're at with the shotgun, when he's that low health, it's going to do enough.
It's good that he had the diffuser on him, but against 4 people, he wasn't going to be able to make that push, especially against a shotgun at that low of HP. I mean, just 1 or 2 BBs nicks him and he's down. Definitely a hard push. At that point, I think the just lack of push from multiple directions kind of hurt them. Pushing on those stairs just didn't do a whole lot, and it just wasn't coordinated enough. Especially with Buck falling down, really slowing down their push. We do see Doc this time. As well, the Bandit. We'll see where they end up putting those batteries, if they do use them.
Defenders protect
taking
your
out
bomb.
one round apiece as Penta head up towards the bar and stockroom as their defensive spots. Making a C4 hole between the pool table and the strip club. Once again, we're looking for the world to hold that spot instead of playing inside the bar. They're looking to hold the strip club instead. They made a kill hole in the wall hole between B and A as well. That one is more standard than expected.
I think it's a little dangerous to make that hole so early, is when they start doing the droning phase, they may see that you're planning to do that. I mean, you're not going to make the hole unless you're planning to use that room. That gives away a lot of information, opening that hole so early.
10 seconds remaining.
We do see, looks probably like the batteries are going to go down on that club wall to the outside there. Just trying to slow down any kind of push from this side.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Setting up in here with Pengu and Sai as well.
Opening up some holes for sound there, just to make sure they can hear the side of the wall.
Listen to what's coming their way. Playing Ducks are heading across here. Pengu is aggressively holding this doorway. If anyone was to try and crack their way in.
They don't have any Thatcher charges there, so they're not going to be able to get those batteries easily unless they're trying to lob some grenades over the top of the wall.
Chaos is looking up and giving that a shot. Flashbangs coming in, grenades coming in after they've taken out the trophy systems. Going to bounce straight down, actually hangs at the top, doesn't kill any batteries off. Next one goes up and over. Does go down this time around, takes the batteries out. Panari will begin the charge.
Makes it pretty clear where the push is coming from at this point now. Used up a lot of the resources.
Yep. Chatin out outside, hiding behind these barrels, will drone his way in. Check and see who and what is waiting for him in the inside, realizing that the strip club itself is actually directly clear, but he will find Lackey in the corridor.
Defender's doing a pretty good job hiding there, but that last minute turn gave his position away.
Didn't see Pengu in here or Sai on the far side. They're cautious about it. Panari has this idea that Pengu's in here.
It's going to cost him.
Comes on in, didn't look right at the corner, looking towards the strip club itself, and Pengu gets that kill. Immediately goes prone, looking for the next man to come his way. Lackey gets down, but gets himself back up before Zyronic can finish him. Pengu now more aggressive even so. Most people would expect him to fall back from here, and he doesn't. Comes further forward, misses Tweak, but Tweak's going to come around the corner and straight into Pengu's next line of crosshairs.
That's the diffuser down. Luckily it's outside for them, but they're going to have to run near where Pengu's waiting.
He's still holding the next spot now that he knows he's got the diffuser there. Side gets the safety and watches the back entrance as well now.
Holding a nice little angle there.
Here comes Shate around the corner, looking to get that diffuser, and Pengu immediately tags the shield and gets the safety without taking any damage.
It's the power of that Blackbeard shield.
Yep, goes prone in case Shatter's coming in. Shatter will not though. Sai still watching behind them. Tornado Toby watching the main entrance out front in case anyone comes to that corner. And Rendy is still on the floor above, just comfortably holding that area. Right now, the entire pressure from P-Dux is still trying to get into the strip club. It's the first time we've seen a team successfully hold the strip club.
At this point, Pengu might be able to just push out and get Blackbeard. Once he's down, this is going to be really hard for the Sledge to get in there and do anything, especially without the diffuser.
Yep, Sledge does just drone in and find Pengu still in that side room. Shatter, though, unsure whether or not he can come in. He's going to flashbang aside, does kill Zyronic in the backside. The flashbangs go off and does completely blind Pengu. But now Shatter's trying to come inside, and Tornado Toby comes in from behind him from the bar. Knowing he's the only man left, he had freedom of movement to do just this. And while Shatter crept his way in behind that flashbang, he does get shot in the back.
It was a nice flashbang throw, but doing so gave away his position, I think, at that point. And I'm sure he called it out to the rest of the team to come in and back him up. And that was the end of Blackbeard. It was a nice attempt, though. But continuing to push the same side there, you see the danger of that. When they all know you're there, they're all waiting for you there, just waiting to call back a rotation. And a flashbang, I mean, at that point, you could probably flashbang and go somewhere else and be a little bit better off. But it's difficult, you know, when you're in those clutch situations, there's about 30 seconds left. You don't really have a lot of choices. You just got to make a move and hope it works.
So, on to defense again, go playing Ducks now that they're around behind. They are also holding the same location.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
We'll see if they
attackers.
use those batteries in the same way to try and charge that strip club wall.
Or if they even try and hold the strip club at 2. As I mentioned, it's the first time I've seen this team successfully hold it.
If not, we may see them
And to
just
be
put the
fair,
batteries on the pool wall.
Yeah, a lot of it came down to playing Ducks' negligence, not checking those little side rooms, not expecting Pengu to be off in that little side spot there.
And continuing to push a spot that they knew was not really working out.
Yeah. Just keep walking themselves into a brick wall.
10 seconds to
I'm
go.
curious to see how they'll use the pulse in this round here. I mean, obviously they're not going to use them for a ton of vertical play. It's going to be more just trying to detect where they're coming from.
They haven't reinforced the wall from Strip Club to pool table here. They are reinforcing one of the walls within Strip. Shatter now doing the second one a little bit late. Chaos coming down from upstairs. Panari as well. Tweak is also coming down from the upper stairs to the bedrooms.
Looks like they're trying to do a kennel side push at the moment. Do have most of them stacked up on each other over there.
Drone activated.
Starting to finally spread out a little bit. A lot of droning going on here. See 3 or so drones just going around mostly the top area, clearing out cache. Probably going to come over and clear the top bedroom here in just a moment. They are definitely going to roam the club. Just trying to make sure that nothing comes in over this side. It helps save a lot of defensive needs over on that side of the map at the very least.
Zeronic got himself this tiny little hole to look up through outside of kitchen. Tweak still on the stairs. Chaos watching across towards the lounge and the garage in case the push comes from that way. We did see Smokes in Strip Club, and Panari watching above himself, above the B-bomb site and into the cash room.
He got very close a couple times there. If he had his pulse device out, he'd probably be able to have caught him.
Tornado Toby throws a couple of grenades towards the doorway and will use that angle down to try and give himself some cover as they do find Panari on that drone. However, will quickly reposition himself away.
He does have that drop down there if he needs to get out quick, which is probably going to come in handy here if they start pushing from the outside.
As it is, Pengu pushing up to the roof above. Sai on the roof of the other building coming across to join him. Lackey inside an entrance to the kitchen.
A lot of careful droning here, but not any kills happening yet, and they're already down to 1:20.
Rendier now peeking in towards the stockroom. Takes a lot of damage there onto the pulse and does force him to drop. But Ironic will immediately answer with the kill onto Lackey.
Well, that's going to lock out most of Strip Club from them at that point.
Yep, puts himself a trophy system down to keep himself safe as Pulse comes up the stairs now. Got this hit to block any kind of push.
Good, they're having Pulse there check the actual entrance so he doesn't have to watch the corner so hard.
Sprinting across into the bar with only 50 seconds on the clock. He knows he can get a bit closer to the bomb site itself. Tweak also having come up onto the stairs gives that good cover from behind.
Looks like Pengu wants to push to the B site, decided not to push the top instead.
Pranari edging forward. He's got that heartbeat sensor on. He's looking roughly at where Rendier is coming from. Sai getting the first kill for the attacking team. He does take Smoke down, but Chaos will immediately answer by taking Sai out again. And there goes Rendier down to Pranari.
20 seconds left.
20 seconds, and Tornado Toby stuck in garage. Pengu was trying to come into B, but gets downed while he tries to push. And now Tornado's got to kill 4 people. Gets tagged in the side. It is Zyronic. He was that down, Zyronic. Switches to his SMG-11, doesn't have the time to reload. He's looking towards the head into B, but he will not manage it that far. Tweak is already waiting for him. Cuts him down where he stands, and P-Ducks grab themselves another round.
I think we're seeing a lot of really good defender rotations here. The defenders are staying really mobile, moving around to wherever the attack is putting pressure on, and just continuing to rebuff it down to the last like 30 seconds or so when they're down to 1 or 2 players, sometimes don't even have the diffuser, and having to make desperate pushes. It's definitely been very defender-sided so far.
So, time now for Penta to go back into the basement and try and hold again. It is 2 rounds to 2. Everyone comfortably winning all their defenses at the moment. Playing Ducks, running themselves a little bit thin.
Let's hope the Pulse can pull off that C4 this time. I mean, they're going to be expecting, and every time Pulse has been down there, they've been seeing him down there. They've got to be ready for it, but I imagine there's a way to just pull it off a little bit smoother than they've been trying to do, missing those C4 landings. I mean, at this point, if you get a few Valkyrie cameras up there, it should be pretty easy to spot where they're going to be at. Mark them real quick and then get that C4 off.
So, we had a couple of attempts now from teams pushing this basement. Different strategies to make both work. Both of them, though, completely different from the rest of the PC meta and what it's been recently.
Haven't seen a lot of pushes from the motorcycle drop tunnel yet.
Yeah, exactly. The bar and the generator tunnel have been the drops generally taken in the past. They've tried something different with the kitchen and the construction tunnel.
They're definitely going construction tunnel this time. It looks like they're going to bring Blackbeard in to help push it. They're already pre-droning it. Last time he didn't end up doing a whole lot with this, though. They've got to be expecting that he might try this again. Pulse going to be able to identify him pretty easily from a distance.
Yeah, Shatter once more pushing down the construction tunnel now. Then we'll look for cameras on the way.
That was looking, so he's got to be spotted out by now.
That and the Dirty Goat Desert Eagle dump that was going to go off in that tunnel would have let them know.
Yeah, let them know exactly who's in there. At this point, without a lot of backup, he's not going to be able to do much other than provide some pressure. If he can provide that pressure and the rest of his team can actually make a push, this can work. But as we saw last time, if he just gets smoked out and is unable to really do a whole lot from that entrance, it's not really going to work.
As it is in the rest of his team pushing a little bit more aggressively through the front ends. Buck makes a hole down and towards the front stairs and checks what's waiting for him on the other side. Tweak will now continue droning through.
Good quick drone kill. A lot of holes getting opened up on the floor. I mean, you see this kitchen hallway area really used for this. And there's not a lot of wooden floors, you know, in the bar area and other places where they can really do a lot of damage. This storage area is all concrete. So you really have to take advantage of the vertical play on these particular spaces right here. But you also have to try and throw your smoke grenades through holes.
Yeah, not really working out for Tweak there. Neither of those going actually through the hole he wanted to. We'll get the last one. Nope.
Good thing he has 3.
Again. Looking to reposition. Shatter still in the tunnel. Panari now inside kitchen. Does have Sledge here with him in the form of Zyronic. They're getting the smoke charges out. That should help Shatter from, as you mentioned, getting stuck in there. But they can't get any further through.
You see, not a lot of push happening from anything but above right here. Like 3 or 4 of them all playing from up top. It's great if you can get those picks. If not, you're burning a lot of time just trying to hope someone walks underneath one of those holes. And once those holes are there, it's not like they're going to do it casually.
Now they're pushing down the front stairs. 50 seconds on the clock, and they're changing up their game plan slightly.
I think they're going to need to see someone at least push from the motorcycle tunnel at this point. Good reinforced wall right there, as that commonly gets shot out by a ass charge.
Rendier takes down Thermite again. He does nade him, or rather C4 him, up through the floor.
Again with that gas delay.
Still out inside the tunnel now as 3 other teammates push the front stairs. Tweak looking to rush forward in. He's got Lackey around the corner. Lackey jumps up onto the edge, but it's too hidden. Lackey will go down to Chaos after killing Tweak, but now Tornado Toby's C4'd out Shatter. Sai's taking down Chaos, and he's now all on Zyronic. He goes straight in the room and does get a little bit of help from that team kill, or rather team damage onto Sai, but hey, Tornado Toby's in there as well, and we'll seal him down for the round. Another successful defense.
Good defense collapse. Then you saw the attackers keep walking into rooms with 2 attackers on either side, or defenders on either side, and each time they just get sandwiched the minute they walked in the door. They didn't have enough time to really drone and make sure that it was safe before they walked in. That really paid off for the defenders at the end. We'll see if they manage to change it up a little bit. We do have Castle coming in this time, so we'll see if they have a good play for that. I imagine they might castle that tunnel door, try and slow them down a little bit from coming in that way, force them to use an Ash charge or a sledge or even a breach charge. We do have a Blitz coming in instead of a Blackbeard this time. It's be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, Penta's switching it up a little bit. Tornado Toby running that Blitz instead.
Definitely fallen out of favor a little bit in regards to Blackbeard taking up his spot since we implemented that new rule.
See, a lot of teams are still cautious and tentative about coming down those front stairs. Blitz could change that.
We'll see if he could also be used in that motorcycle drop there. Something that hasn't been pushed a lot yet, so.
Yeah, that bar dropper being completely neglected as everyone's trying to push in towards Kitchen instead.
Well, since most of the attacks have pretty much failed at this point, I would hope to see some good change-ups. I mean, we already got Blitz coming in instead, so they've got to be shifting strategy at this point.
So,
10 seconds remaining.
do we go back to the more standardized strats?
We do also see a Twitch I don't think we saw previously as well, so they've definitely got to be using their B strat.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Zeronic with the last second reinforcement in garage is now looking to peek out through one of the doors. Does drop down in just at the last moment.
Worth a try if you think you can pull it off.
Playing Duck still sticking to their no rook builds though.
Looks like they're using Castle to just really deny off the church access area from that drop.
Yeah, just make it a bit tougher, force them to use some of their resources to get into that front stairwell. Once again, Chaos is playing inside the construction tunnel, waiting for that aggressive push through there, but it's not coming.
Not actually running a sledge this time, so the Castle change-up may actually work out in their favor.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Ash is going to be limited to 2 charges, and on a map like this, you're going to see those charges probably used for something else most of the time.
Anari waiting for the heartbeat to come inside. It is very close within the freezer, but now it's repositioning away outside the kitchen now as he comes around towards the window. Just tracking him the entire way.
At that point, you really kind of need someone else to be able to do something with this. I mean, with one guy to find, it's going to be hard to hit a moving target like that.
Shotgun coming down through the hole from Buck. Looking to try and fire back a little way. Buck will have just about missed the head there.
That's going to give away his position pretty clear, even if it wasn't using Pulse at that point, is when you open a hole like that into a doorway, you're going to be using it from an angle that's pretty predictable.
Buck thinking he knows exactly where Panari is, comes around the corner too late and takes a beast to the face himself. Lucky to be alive, to be fair. Tornado Toby now here in the bar dropper. Will drop through momentarily once they've droned down and dubbed it safe for him on the other side. There he goes, now pushing in towards the church location. Shatter coming through from blue, gets downed by that random hipfire shots from Blitz, but he doesn't cover himself properly from the gold room as he backs up towards the doorway. Now Sai firing in, Zeronic will push him back. Panari's grabbed a kill, Chaos has grabbed Lackey as well with the C4. Twitch is going to go down and it's now all onto Ash.
It's 5 alive on the defensive team here. It's not going to be easy for Ash.
No, looking to drop down through the bar dropper themselves, and
it looks like only Smoke is the only one even injured. Really going to be hard to find 5 at that rate.
Drops on in, and Zeronic is already firing at him as soon as he goes prone. His legs are exposed, and it's an easy kill. Playing Duck Seal, another defense round. We're looking for one team now to break that gridlock of attack wins, of defense wins, and get a first attack win.
I think in that situation, again, you see them making that last-minute mistake, panicking, pushing the same spot they've been dying from continuously, whereas Ash could have rotated around to the stairs, been able to spot that there was that kill hole facing down that hallway, and not fallen prey to it. I mean, she died to something that she could have easily spotted just coming from a different direction. Even the motorcycle drop might have been a good choice at that point. Just coming from that same drop, you know, as you're falling, you really don't have a lot of options, and they're going to see you clear as day from both doors. Definitely difficult.
So, up into the bar again goes Penta's next attempt at defense. I'd like to believe in Playing Duck this time, realize they're not going to just bash their head into the brick wall that is the strip club over and over again. They will actually have something in mind to try and defend against this push.
They do have the dock again. See if they get a chance to revive anyone with that. Opening up that hole again early. I imagine they're going to get in there and do some reinforcement of it. Otherwise, opening up that hole is probably just going to backfire on them.
Yeah, reinforcing up and looking after themselves from the garage. Where are they going to send their entire push?
Definitely looks like they want to try and cover the periphery. You know, they want to cover the west side of the strip club and the east side in that garage tunnel to make sure that they can just collapse onto the middle. And that's generally a good defense as long as your defenders are able to rotate back across the map fast. We saw that last time when they were trying to counter that Blackbeard in the strip club. The defenders able to rotate over and cover once he got flashed.
Sai then once more putting up those batteries inside the strip club, and here comes the attacking squad. All spawning from the shipping dock, not going around the left-hand side without checking. They cannot respawn killed.
Already open up
the doorway
walls.
instead.
Yep. Blackbeard just trying to help clear a little bit. They really could get a drone in there at this point to do a little more clearing than just trying to look through there.
Drone activated.
We do see Zyronic doing that.
Trades his way in, Chaos heads up to the roof. Zyronic is joining the strip club, finds Pengu in there again.
See him up on the roof, didn't even shoot out of that camera yet, I believe, so hopefully he caught that.
Contact. First floor.
Pengu cautious, Zyronic now looking in, Penari around one angle two. Pengu waiting and holding the doorway, he's got Lackey in here with him, Zyronic comes in, he looks into the corner where Pengu was before and still loses his head.
That's the same door he used last time to kill two of them.
Yeah,
Pengu's
but
really got that
last time
angle.
he was closer and they were expecting him closer when he wasn't there. Now Shatter going to try and drone in, takes it out. Pengu now looking for the next peak. It's going to be Blackbeard.
Let's see if he catches onto it this time. Nope, still falls to Blackbeard.
Sees the shield, but Blackbeard will grab the kill. Lackey now looking to try and peek out in return. The shots batter off the door behind him, but it's not going to get him the kill. Flashbang goes off, and that's giving Shatter an idea to peek around, but nobody on show this time over. Tornado Toby picking up a kill for the defensive teams as Lackey gets get killed off by Ash now, pushing in from the other side.
Blackbeard taking a big risk there, pushing over the barbed wire, walking into the room, hoping there wasn't people on his flank.
Tornado again pushes aggressively here into the strip club doorway and grabs another kill. Does peek around the pool table, but takes a beasting to the head from Shatter.
Good use of that kill hole. Using their own hole against them in that case.
Looking now to get the wall breached open.
Looks like Smoke's kind of pinned there a little bit.
So Penari with the diffuser thinking about it, gets shot on the cross.
Takes a lot of smoke damage to make that push, but I guess it was worth it if he could have landed that shot.
Yeah, but he didn't, so now he's in trouble and he will die because of it. It's now all on Shatter. He's got to find 3. He knows 1 is in the little corridor.
This looks familiar.
Edging down, but another smoke goes off. He has to turn and run away, and as soon as he does, Sai is ready and waiting for him. Penta with another successful defense round. It is round 7. They are now 4 rounds to 3 up.
I got to give it to Smoke that time. He was pinned down. They both knew where he was. They had shots on both sides of him. He made use of all 3 of his smokes and his C4 to really make sure he was able to get out of that safe. It was a good play on his part.
Get out of it safe, he does. Now, playing Ducks have to hold this bomb site. It is the bar and the stockroom themselves if they want to take overtime on this map. If they cannot do it, they're stuck to being 1 map down.
Well,
Playing
so
Ducks
far,
are getting closer to the finals.
given the way teams have been playing on this, I imagine they will, and I imagine we'll see overtime unless they really kind of, you know, bumble this defense. So it's just been very, very defensive-sided. As you said about the droning and making sure that they're really clear, it just goes double when teams are doing this good on defense.
So both these teams holding firm with all of their defensive rounds. Taking out drones so they can get too much information, not letting the other know where it is they are holding. Picking up a good couple of early kills for the defending team and then keeping that ball rolling as the round continues on.
We don't see a lot of change up from the attacking side this time. Pretty standard to what they were doing last time. They are bringing that Sledge and Buck. Going to be able to open up a lot of holes in walls. There is a little bit of redundancy between the two, but if you use them differently, they can work pretty well together.
10 seconds remaining.
Here comes the 10-second warning as Zoronik just starts us out of reinforcements in the strip club.
He's definitely going to be pinned in there, and you see Penta or with Pengu's drone in there. They've got to have spotted them. They got to know he's going to be in there working that. Maybe they can make a quick push as they are very close to it spawning. If they can get over there in time, they might be able to catch him off guard.
Couple of last second reinforces. Shatter now in there with him. Lucky's drone is still in there. Having a little issue shooting it. There we go. Kills it out now as the attacking team head up towards the roof above his head. Rendier up there first with Ash in hand. Lucky heading forward as Pengu is also close by to the strip club. They're going to try and blow their way in. If they can get these 2 kills within strip, this game just becomes very different. They need to be able to hold it though. There's the charge going off. Shatter is now at the far side.
They didn't bring a bandit this time. There was no batteries on that. Much easier for them to get in.
Stands it. Pengu sees his shoulder but cannot take the shot. Shatter now continue
Lackey's going to spot him out.
Running. Shatter knows where he is. Jaeger, on the other hand, does not.
Looks like he wants to at least help his buddy out there, putting down a trophy system. Blackbeard's going to be able to make this hit count here if Smoke doesn't know where he's going to approach from.
Stands it up. Looks straight out the doorway, and the smokes will follow. The rest of the defending team, there is still Penari inside B. Chaos is inside the A side, looking through the gap. Tornado Toby around the corner. Tags Graham, Chaos rather, with that quick
Good shot
spray.
through the wall. See, Jaeger just trying to hold this hard angle here. Really hoping they make that push in there. You see a couple of drones near it. They may just spot him out before he can actually use that angle. A lot of droning going on.
Still in bar. Shatter and Penari. Shatter and Zornik still outside. Shatter takes a couple of shots. Will throw the C4 out the hole. Pengu dodges away from it and then immediately puts one in the backside of Shatter as he tries to sprint a little bit more to safety.
Lackey got him from behind there, taking use of the drone he did.
Tornado Toby coming in too. Time for Pengu to now drone as Tornado's coming in this back edge. Unsure whether or not it is he should come around this corner, and does go with it. And that is the right choice. It is being cleared out. Zoronic inside the corridor is unsure about what's coming his way as Sai takes down Tweak.
He's got to be calling for reinforcements at this point, or he's going to get pushed out of there.
Yep.
3 people in Strip Club. Now
Or
he's
he's
down.
going to get shot. Chaos and Penari have to find 5 people to keep their team in this map. 5 rounds to 3 is looking to be the scoreline as Penta have 40 seconds left and they are planting the bomb. Pengu behind their desk inside Strip Club is looking all the way across the bar towards where Chaos has shot him from. Penari's by Kitchen and inside himself. Chaos stands up and immediately does land some shots, but will not finish him off. Penari, now the last man standing, looks at the diffuser, gets dropped on behind from Ash, but it's not going to matter. More shots coming in from the bar. Pengu with the final blow onto Chaos. Lackey gets Penari down, and map number 1 heads over to Penta Sports.
That was really well played there. They didn't have a lot of resources at the end there, but using that brick wall to the Blackbeard's favor, I think really helped. It was an angle where he wasn't necessarily directly covering his body by standing next to it, but the angle they had to use jumping up on top of that jukebox, things like that, just gave Blackbeard the advantage in that situation. And them not realizing it was Blackbeard, they tried to take those shots, and they paid dearly for it.
Side Tornado, Toby and Pengu, 9, 8, and 7. Plenty of kills across the board for their squad. Rendier, despite being MVP last week, hasn't really shown up here today. Might be a reason that the scoreline is as close as it is, but hey-ho, it is still a win in the books for Penta. Do now obviously need the teams to switch on over to their other sides where we run over a couple of highlights and whatnot and give them that re-swiffle. But there were a couple of interesting stats, and we mentioned teams now trying to come in through the kitchen, trying to use that different drop down.
We saw mixed
just
success
unable to
with
make it work. Yeah.
A lot of pushes on the club this time. That became the highlight of most of the firefights.
Some impressive play from Pengu in that Strip Club the first time around. A little bit of blood comes out as Pengu shoots him in the side of the head, but it's finished off with the SMG-11. We're going to run to a short commercial break then while the teams have this short toilet break and reset sides. When we come back, it'll be the second half of Penta versus Playing Ducks. Penta are currently up 1 map and are looking to get those 3 points, but Playing Ducks need to keep themselves in this by forcing a draw. It's going to come down to a tight finish next week if they do that, but they are still trying to get every single point out of this matchup they can. We'll see you in a moment with the conclusion of Penta versus Playing Ducks.
Stay tuned.
It started again.
Tell me.
A new program, Iron Hand. It's even worse than before.
My God, that's Jason Bourne.
Hold on!
I know everything. He has to be put down.
The next bullet's in your head!
Rated PG.
Back then, ladies and gentlemen, Oregon, map number 2 between Playing Ducks and Penta Sports. Penta Sports currently 1 map up after having successfully beaten out Playing Ducks on the first map of the day. Clubhouse was that one, 5 rounds to 3. It was a tight one. It came down to one final round after going complete drawing all the way.
Very, very defensive, heavy play here. And as you said earlier, this is a map that's also going to lend itself to the same thing.
So we head on in as both teams suddenly realize that they didn't switch sides.
We do see a castle on the dorms here.
So they're happy to continue playing
Attackers
if they
need
want.
to locate
So
and
they're going to
defuse
go on
bombs.
through. Penta Sports will begin as the defending side at the top of the table. Top of the map rather. On this top floor. Well, we've seen both teams have very different results with this. They are going to stick it as is and play out as they are. Sometimes we've seen 5-0 victories. Others, we've seen complete draws through to 6-5, depending on their opponents. Now, both teams having had those 5-0 victories from time to time, suggest this may be that 6-5 scoreline.
10 seconds left.
We'll see if
before
Reindeer can pull it up a little bit this time.
Penta, no
5 seconds.
reinforcements on the far end of the attic.
Not even a
Just a
shotgun.
straight reinforce up this end. No way they're going in. They're no thermite, no C4 hole, no shotgun hole. They're just completely ignoring the attic plate from this end.
I don't think we
No
saw-
reinforcements on armory either.
We didn't see the
Nothing.
castle doors up here.
No, yeah, nothing on the master bedroom. No castle doors been placed yet, despite castle having been picked by Lackey. Looks like they're doing a lot of the setup for him downstairs. He has used all 3. I don't see where though.
Looks like it's going to be very late game finishing here on
Normally-
setting up the defense.
Yeah, normally expect him on these windows, but he hasn't done those. They've got kill holes on the floor underneath though, so they can fire up into those. We've also got some here, like you can see, firing up through the floor from the toilets. Side doing it as well. The C4 hole already as well. Looking like Penta are planning a very vertical gameplay here.
Looks like they want to let them come into that A site and shoot up at them if they can. I mean, they already used one C4 to open that hole, though. That's not going to give them a C4 they can use to throw up and get someone with.
Yeah, they've used 2 C4s now. One here in this hole, one here in this A.
I guess they're really relying on the shotguns. It is Valkyrie and Castle down there, both with
Diffuser has
shotguns.
been dropped.
They don't have any more C4s left either. See if they require it. Then, outside the A window, Panari starts to crack it open and throw some flashbangs in to take out any
A bomb
trophy
has been
systems that are waiting for him on the inside. Edges his way across. Yep, spray through.
Always got to pre-fire that just in case.
Yep.
Not a lot of defense on the armory side
Bomb
here,
located
and they're
by
not really
attackers.
pushing it or taking advantage of it, unfortunately.
Pengu takes Shatter down really quickly as he gets up on these windows inside the kid's bedroom. Holds a really tight tangle through, but Panaro immediately answered with a one-tap shot onto Rendier, straight behind the A bomb, taking him down. Chaos now looking through this window that connects. He tries to try and spray in the corner at the top side. It will get a little bit close to Tornado Toby, but he's already on the side of another reinforced wall. Tweak now firing over from the big tower in towards the kid's bedroom, looking for movement from there, while Zeronic is checking the cameras and the drones they have in place while safe and far out in the mini tower. Takes
Having
out one
trouble
little
there.
tower that was behind him. Now heading their way up again. Playing Ducks being a bit more cautious again now as Pengu is up on the windows closely next to Tweak's crosshairs.
He's definitely making sure that that tower stays at least clear for the moment, because that's a common way to get shot in the back.
Second floor.
Pengu, not sure where and if he can move around here. Sai still underneath, Lackey still underneath, checking the windows next to
Attackers have
Pengu.
recovered their diffuser.
A lot of spread out defense and attack in this case.
Toby's just throwing those smoke grenades out the windows. They're only on 30 seconds now. He can make sure it's lasts as long as possible. Zeronic sprays up and he thinks he's run low on ammo, peeks again, but Zeronic had enough left to make sure he seals it. Tweak now coming in the backside. Zeronic coming further up the stairs now through the barbed wire successfully. Lackey and Sai still underneath. They've got to make sure they can get these kills from the floor up, because getting back onto this is going to be a challenge when they need it. Pengu prone inside will get shut down quickly by Tweak as he sprints in. Now through the floor. Panari takes Lackey down. Sai is the last man standing and he cannot get the stop on the plant. Zeronic goes prone. He's missing a lot of the shots. The Deagle's going to run out of ammo. Sai needs to get the reload on. He does, and he gets Zeronic down. Finishes him off. Panari's being revived right inside the doorway. Comes around the corner. The next Ego shot will get him. But Chaos is behind him. Sai does finally get shut down after a sloppy exchange between 3 or 4 players in this one stairwell. But ultimately, the numbers advantage is still there for the attacking squad, and they get to defend their diffuser and seal map number 1.
You could really see a lot of panic in the end there with the sprays, the reloads. He didn't even really need to run up and shoot the deagle like point blank range. He might as well have gone for a knife at that point. It was very, very panicky. As you said, it's very dangerous playing that vertical game when you're downstairs like that. As a defender, you have no way to rotate up other than the stairs. Once the stairs are controlled by the attackers, as you saw there, it's very difficult to get back up and do anything about the site. You know, doing a retake is really good if you're, well prepared to do it, but you can't do it that late.
Playing Ducks, switching their defense now. Then this is something we've seen from them multiple times when they're defending the very basement level of Oregon. They will run that castle. Now, 2 options. They set up in the meeting room, break these trapdoors, reinforce the front end with castle barricades, reinforce the kitchen wall with reinforcements, and then play in here in the back tower and then drop down to the B-push come. Or, and as it seems to be with Zoronic reinforcing these trapdoors, castle barricade this rear end up, these 2 big doors and this wall from construction, and use that as a maze for the attackers to get through to hold B. And then run roamers at the front end of the site, run roamers upstairs in the kitchen and the bathrooms.
It definitely looks like they want to go with that option, castling up that construction and being able to be a little more secure in leaving that spot.
5 seconds left.
Tweak does set the castle barricades up here on the backside. There's a little barbed wire on the other side as well. Heads his way forward a bit more.
It's an important part of this game is knowing how to allocate your resources. Being able to guard one side with just your gadgets and not have to worry about it as much can be really powerful for the defenders.
And down the back stairs then goes Shatter. Chaos is staying inside the meeting room now then.
It looks like Chaos wants to make sure that that meeting room stays secure. But those drones are going to find him in just a matter of seconds here, as Pengu does. Not going to go well for him. As that kitchen wall's open, Rendier's making sure it's clear on the other side of that kitchen wall. They're just going to be able to blow right through and come on into meeting hall without those reinforcements there.
Surveying for hostiles.
Do some rotating a bit more back to site. Just going to make sure that that side stays safe so we can kind of rotate up back around. So you're probably going to see him rotate up these laundry stairs here. Try and help defend that side. Make sure the lobby stays clear.
Zoronic staying in the top of the attic now, then will use his heartbeat sensor to track them in the lobby as they do start to crack open the thermite shard. He tries to spray through the floor and kill it before it goes off. Will not manage it, and now he's going to get shot in the back of the head by Sai. Gave his position away, did not get back into cover while reloading. Sai puts him down. It is only DBNO, so he could be revived.
Nice play by Sai though.
But chances of someone getting up there to touch him are very low before that happens. Tornado Toby up the stairs, shoots him in through the wall nice and easy. Now it is a Playing Ducks 4-man defense, and they are all inside the basement. So far, Asher taking a bit of a beating up through the floor, but he's alive. Now Pengu is coming down the front stairs. Panari is prone in the corridor.
That laundry hatch is open now. Maybe had a lot more vertical play.
Yeah, they could get him through that if he is not so lucky. He does slowly edge his way forward. He does get the shots down onto Ash. He's been finished off, but as he stands up, Pengu's ready for him.
Blackly playing a little dangerous on those stairs, but he's making it work.
C4 comes forward until he gets down, but again, it's down but not out. Pengu can be revived. His team are already here. And it is going to be a revive coming out from Thermite on the stairs. Chaos is now headed around towards the A-bomb. They didn't see him get across to this gap. He may be able to get Thermite if he comes back up to the top of the staircase. He's got the MPX instead of the shotgun, so if the head comes over that gap, he may do it, but he does get the diffuser down on that spot. Looks for Pengu as well. He will get him with his last bullet and sprints back into the corridor. Now that the diffuser is down on top of that bomb placement, he makes it a lot harder for the attacking team to get to. It's nice if they can get to there safely, but now they've got to get across to it and pick it up, and that's a bit of a challenge. Rendier now, half health is the man at the bottom of the stairs, comes on in, sprints on up, gets onto the diffuser. Shatter with his smoke grenades, throws it on out. It is going to be right next to Rendier. He's going to get downed within the smoke and finished off with the diffuser on the floor again now. Tornado Toby's got to be the next man to go and pick it up. And with 20 seconds on the clock, the smokes can just keep chaining forward to keep him away from it. He will dart into the next one, but the shots are coming as well as the smoke. He does get the kill onto Tweak, but he's still in the smoke, and another grenade will come forward anyway. Sai's had to drop in, picks up one kill, switches to try and pistol Shatter, misses it, and Shatter just got to hide. He's rushing into it, but Sai gets the shot off. 1 second headshot, the shotgun blast from Shatter missed, and the round goes over to Penta. That is a shotgun blast you would never expect to fly wide.
The last minute dodge where he ducked just before he stood up and shot, I think really saved his life right there. I mean, you saw Smoke being such a clutch player at the end there, really stopping that defuse, but he can't stop a bullet with that smoke.
6 seconds on the clock. He knows he has to rush straight at him. Running at a shotgun smoke is a terrifying feeling. I don't think even he expected himself to come out of that the victor, but he pulls it off. Once that first shot blows past, he's got time, and he takes that second to line it up. Bullet executes.
I guess that's the downside of those pump shotguns, of course, is the slow fire rate.
Yeah.
I really took advantage of that, but I think I would not put money on that working ever again.
No, that needs to be a rethought attack from Penta next time they're pushing on playing duck down there.
I imagine
because they won't get so lucky second time round.
Yeah, they're going to have to put more pressure on the backside next time. You do see them without a castle, or no, with a castle on the side. We'll see if they end up doing the same thing. It looks like they might be going with the meeting hall strategy you mentioned, as castle is not downstairs. You see Pengu and Rendy are just reinforcing stuff down here.
So has headed up, but is repositioning down again now.
10 seconds to insertion.
The rest of the squad is still holding firm. Up on the floor above, Tornado Toby has made a couple of kill holes here from the attic down in towards the lobby, so this will allow them to fire on top of Thermite if they want to put someone up in there. However, it is a spot which Playing Ducks just tried to use, so may check for it. This may literally just be here to put fear into the attacking team and think, okay, we need to be cautious of a man upstairs. We need to try and find him and waste time while they look for that man.
Looks like they're going to want to get that A hatch open as soon as possible here. Thermite already close to the lobby, trying to push in his ironic drones for him. Definitely want to get in there. This is one of those times you really want a two-man job, though. You want someone else there to be able to guard you while you're placing that down. Otherwise, you could get flanked pretty quickly. But he does look pretty clear. The droning is paying off.
So Rendier is playing aggressively in the big tower while he waits for the attackers to edge their way forward. Lucky watching the drones come through meeting hall. Sai is on the back stairs, and Pengu is checking the cameras at the backside as well.
And that catch up.
Meanwhile, it is Zaronic's drone heading down this way, but again, he's not going far enough up, and he's got to go up the ladder, which it is possible to do on the drone. He's got to go all the way up if he's looking for that Jaeger. Will not do it. Tweak is at the front end with the rest of the team then, as they are cracking open and looking down through the front trapdoor, while Panari is back in the tower. He's got one charge left. He's just cautiously doing this while he waits for Thatcher to come and cover his doorway, while he plants the next charge here.
They've got to have seen him. They're going to know that hatch is going to get opened.
Well, they open it up. Zaronic is starting to crack open a hole into the backside as well. They're spraying towards the stairs, which is where Sai is going to be. Sai, if he comes around that corner, will peek into Zaronic's height line, but Zaronic comes away at the last second to throw the grenade instead. He gets shot out. His grenade will down Sai.
Good trade, though.
They immediately rush forward for him, and they're trying to go and take him down, but this is the perfect time for Rendier to reveal himself, and he does get one kill. He takes down Panari. Unlucky for him, they've already used both thermite charges, but it's a good kill all the same, and now he's waiting for the next man to come for him. It's Chaos, and now there's a Mexican standoff as the two of them watch this stairwell. Up the front, Shatter droning down from the front stairs, looking at what's waiting for him on the inside. Tweak is still up and above, and the man with the diffuser looking for what he can through this trapdoor. Tornado Toby behind the reinforced wall. Pengu is around one edge, and here comes Shatter coming through. Pengu sprints away and will survive for another day. 50 seconds on the clock, and they've got to come down now.
They are trying to pull off the same thing that Penta tried to pull last time with this Blackbeard on the stairs, and we see the smoke coming out exactly the same.
Ash does use that breach charge to take out the barbed wire. He will now be able to sprint aggressively onto that plant spot when he wants to do it. Smokes of his own are coming across, and he's going to now try and avoid the smoke charges, but he's getting caught in it as it's already gone off. And Pengu gets a good shot in towards the smoke to take him down as he sprints away. Now the diffuser is stuck right in amongst that smoke grenade, and with 25 seconds, Shatter is the last man standing as Lackey has taken Chaos down as he tries to drop in from the trapdoor in this meeting room. Shatter now has Rendier right above his head. He's got two players waiting inside for him. Rendier's going to come down in a moment. Pengu, though, isn't needing the support, and it's a second kill for him to seal the round for Penta. They know they should be 3-1 up right now, but they'll take 2-all.
I guess Playing Ducks just didn't learn from what they did to Penta just the round before. You saw that round end pretty much the same, except for without that quick shotgun dodge pistol move. And that Blackbeard, the pre-fire was a nice idea, but it gave away his position at the end there that they were able to use to just tag him, as they knew he was like right at the bottom of the stairs.
So, coming on through.
It was a nice play by Rainier, just staying up there in those stairs, waiting for that right moment. As you said previously, timing is everything with those roamers, and not only did he get that kill, but he rotated back up and just wasted their time making them stare at the stairs, giving them a lot less pressure on that side, which is where they really needed it when they were making that push at the end. It looks like they're dropping the castle strategy this time, instead going with a frost. They are playing downstairs, so of course you're probably going to see the frost traps placed near where we tried to see the bomb planted each time, as well as possibly on those drops. Looks like they're closing up the construction tunnel. They're just boarding it up right now, doing some reinforcements. Probably going to have to guard it manually without that castle, but they are going to have the extra frost traps to help make sure that it's going to be a little more difficult than just running in on the other side. We do see at least a couple people working upstairs, though, getting the drop downs, making sure as Smoke just sits down there, doing his work, putting holes in things.
Recovered the bomb diffuser.
Zeronic playing
Attackers are moving out to
aggressively
locate a
inside
bomb
the
and defuse
dining
it.
room now. Hiding right out at a distance here, lying on the sofa and having a nap.
Definitely expecting that kitchen push.
Tweak putting these frost traps down in the standardized sneaky plant spots in case they do lose control of that front end, and Chaos still at the backside laying out a last camera. Shatter now creating these holes. Once again, they're placed very high so we can throw things over the top and land them on the plant spots, but ultimately not give his position away.
We've seen the power of that. 2 rounds in a row.
Yep. Penari's already been downed here though. Taken out by Grenade coming in aggressively from out front. He is going to crawl his way down the stairs. Should be okay to get revived by his team, providing they do not push in too fast to the lobby. It does look like Shatter will get him up, but he is now stuck on half health without the revive potential.
That barbed wire would slow them down even if they did try and push him right there.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So Zeronic has repositioned away from the dining room. He's now in the back tower. Sai is just outside the doorway, looking to edge his way in soon.
He is going to probably find him with that drone, but goes the wrong direction. Not a good choice. Really need to make sure those tower stairs are as clear as you can.
Time to ring some ears.
I think we're going to see a repeat of what Rendier did last time, but with the added benefit of Pulse being able to know when he actually enters without just using sound.
A bomb has been located.
Tweak edging forward once again. Penari is now prone in this corridor. It's a very risky spot to be in, trying to fire up through that hole, especially as Pengu's got Blackbeard looking down through it. Does get away just before the Blackbeard peak comes, and now down the stairwell goes Pengu. Takes out the camera that was looking straight at him. Penari is once again prone in that corridor. Pengu knows it. He's been there a couple of times, and last time he did it when he stands up. You can see him edging in through, and now he does lean over. Rendier actually the man that gets the kill from the shot above, but the result is the same.
And will we see the same repeat of the last 2 rounds with the smoke here?
And we'll find out. Lackey heading forward. He does begin the plant. He's a little bit further forward this time around to avoid the smoke, and it does do it perfectly. Smoke's not touching him, but Chaos has got to run out to stop him. Tries to go for the knife instead because he thinks he's on top of the bookcase. Not the bookcase. Thinks he's on top of the washing machine.
Well played. Nice adjustment by Penta.
Yeah, nice change up. Tornado Toby gets Zeronic trying to flank from behind. Now Tweak's got to try and do something. He's got a shotgun. He can't hit Rendier up through that hole. Shatter now the last man standing downstairs for P-Dux, trying to do what he can, but he's just being shot by Rendier that he cannot even see at that angle. And Penta secure round number 4 and get that 3-1 lead.
So unlike playing Ducks, they actually learned from the mistake of that smoke push. Now we'll see if playing Ducks try and do the same thing at this point. I mean, they're going to be able to go back down. Oh, no, they're not going to be able to. They're going to be in dorms this time, so they're going to have to change up what they're doing just a little bit. I'm sure they're not going to be able to try and do that same retake they did last time. We saw how that worked out. Still trying to decide on operators at the last minute.
Yeah, they got to rethink where they're going through this. Penta going straight back up to the top floor again. Lucky got a few to choose from, but he is going to go with Doc to round it out.
We'll see where those bandit batteries go. I imagine they might go on that attic, trying to make sure that they can't get through easily, but they do have a Thatcher. It's going to make it a little bit less of a trouble.
So back up to the top floor go Penta. Last time around they completely sealed off the attic. This time around Tornado Toby's cracking a couple of holes in it, going to allow them in there.
We might just put the batteries in on the other side. Looks like Bandit's going to do just that. Good, they want to make sure that they can't come in easily over there. I mean, Thatcher's going to give away that he's there as well when he goes to throw the EMP charges, and generally he's not by himself. He's going to be with Thermite. But they didn't bring a Thermite this time. That may really hurt them. They went instead with an IQ.
5 seconds left.
Not having a Thermite means they're not getting through this back wall.
Attackers have recovered their defuse.
Not getting through.
Locate and defuse
I
the
mean, no one
bomb.
really does that. Not getting through the walk-in wardrobe, though, which is pivotal to a lot of teams' attack strategies.
This is probably going to have to be a push from the stairs in the A window, maybe even a B window attack.
Penari at the front, Shatter at the mini tower, cracked it open. Chaos is coming up by the big tower, which does have Psy hiding in it, because Zeronic is around here too. Tweak coming up towards the attic alongside Thermite, but Psy now down in construction is playing that lurking role.
I need to reload. Drone activated.
He's just going to be waiting in there for those drones or someone to come in there, but it doesn't look like anyone wants to play on his side. He did get 2 of his batteries down. The last one probably not going to be used at all.
The attackers bomb
Nice
diffuser
shot
has
straight
been
out through the window onto IQ. Tornado Toby gets it before he got his gun back in his hand. Zeronic now on the top of the roof, spraying in towards Kid's bedroom. Chaos is now having to reposition away to pick up this diffuser that dropped to the floor. Tweak on top of the attic, firing in from a distance, while Lackey is firing out through his hole as that window's getting broken open by Zeronic from that distance.
Attackers recovered the
Cracking
bomb
on in and
diffuser.
opening both of them up.
It's unfortunate they didn't open up that trap door in the bedroom there. He's not going to be able to rotate out easily without getting shot through the windows.
Yep. Now here comes Shatter up towards the windows. Drone's going to go up and in.
Good drone.
Lackey gets spotted, immediately kills it out.
Now, maybe he's hoping he rotates over to this window and they'll be expecting him on the other window to get through it in that one, but I don't think Lackey's falling for that this time.
Bomb located
And
by
also
attackers.
holding this tiny angle.
Drone activated.
Chaos now looking to the other side, holding a similarly tight angle, but Lackey is just staying firm until someone comes in the room. He does not need to peek, and he knows it.
It's good bait here.
Shots are coming through, but nowhere near close to him. Chaos the same thing, flashbang's coming in, but we see teams try this all the time. It's like, you're going to throw a flashbang, and he'll run away. It's like, why would he?
Yeah,
If he
he's not
knows you're
know
just
where
going to
he's
throw
running
it and not actually run behind it, why does he have to run away from?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Chaos was just hoping to just do something to push him back, even slightly. He's very close to that window, but the rotate goes the other direction.
Tweak picking up a kill onto Sai. Lackey going to jump out and does actually get the kill onto Shatty. He will be finished off, doesn't get to revive himself, but he takes down Blackbeard. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but I'm going to call Worth on that.
Worth it.
Tweak now looking to drone in from the front edge after picking up his 1 kill onto the rotating Bandit. That Bandit came a little bit too aggressively and lost his life without doing too much damage himself, or none, so to speak. Tornado Toby taking out the 2 drones that were coming his way. Now as we hit 30 seconds, the smokes can start coming out. He's already used 1, so he only has the 2 left, but that one will lock the front end. Now the shot's coming out from the back. He does get tagged, but he gets Zeronic.
Nice. Good lucky shot there.
Yeah, last bullet coming out of his gun as he sprints across the gap. Does take him down with the head. Tweak now looking to come up and join Chaos. They are trying to come in through this window, but the tags are already landing onto Chaos. Pengu's in the room ready and waiting for him to come in. Pengu, however, will get taken out. It's a nice shot from Chaos, but he's lost his teammate. And Rendier gets him through the wall while he's pistoling Pengu down. Penta hold again, and now it's 4 rounds to 1.
I guess that shows why sometimes it's not worth trying to finish the guy off when you're in a situation like that, right? With that hole. Not sure he saw the hole before he actually did that, though, not knowing that they were just going to come around and flank him real quick. And that was a situation where it's unfortunate they didn't have Frost to be able to put down some Frost traps on those windows. As he swung in a little bit of a panic there, they probably hadn't even tried to clear the windows to make sure. We do see Frost coming out for dorms this time, so we may see something similar to that.
So this is definitely feeling like a Penta back in with the old days right now. 4 rounds to 1 up after winning the first map, 5 rounds to 3. The first one was a little bit shaky because everyone was trying some new strategies, what it felt. No one had really settled with them, but Penta definitely have their eyes set on this one. They know this map, they know how to play it, and they are making sure they get every round they can. They're on to attack now, and they could seal it here if they successfully do it. Let's see whether or
We
not
are
that is
seeing
the
those
case.
Frost traps come out of the windows, as I mentioned last round. When those panic swings come in, it really can be like the clutch move in itself without even having to be in the room.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
We do see Bandit. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and bandit the attic again, as there's not a lot of good uses for batteries otherwise, unless you're going to do them in the bedroom there.
So,
A lot of wire coming out.
Playing Ducks doing the same thing here now, creating a crawl hole in towards the attic and reinforcing at the far end.
5 seconds left.
Do see the batteries going on that bedroom instead. They want to make sure that they don't get pushed from that side, so they can focus more on the windows and on the armory.
Benari can even sit in there and juggle it if he wants a little bit, but that is getting rarer and rarer these days.
You see a lot of spots on this map just don't have use for 3 batteries. You don't ever see that 3rd battery getting used. It's unfortunate.
So as they do set it up. Penari is roaming a little bit around just below his squad now, looking for those early entrances coming in from the back tower. It's going to be Psy's drone first. Penari will miss it though and has to reposition away. Down on this floor with him is Chaos as well in that front lobby door. Just waiting.
I think Chaos could be really useful right there, as most of the time people are checking the armory and the meeting hall, not necessarily checking down the stairs, as that could be a big time sink.
I'm just trying to deal with him out. The back tower is being cleared up by Penta drones and Lackey leaping on in. Penari now goes back upstairs. Chaos has gone into armory as well.
And that lack of battery on the other walls looks like it's going to backfire on them, as they now are able to go through the attic straight up to that hole leading into the dorms.
Drone goes up from Pengu and sees Chateau waiting on the inside of the window. Chateau immediately sprints away and does get away with it.
Nitro cell deployed.
So just holding positions, just waiting for someone to make that mistake. Rendier almost does, but turns it around.
Rendier gets picked up, and now we see Pengu trying to look at that same spot that he thinks Chateau is sitting at. It's where Lackey was, but Chateau ran away. Chateau now sprints back into the corner and does get through. Looks again, but he will not get away with it the second time. Fool me once, Pengu says. Not fool me twice.
Good
Sprints
reaction
across
time.
the gap, and yeah, it lands those shots second time around. Now it's 5v3 in favor of Penta on attack, and they are 4-1 up. This could be what they need. Pengu looking like he wants to go inside, but is unsure about it. Right way not to do it. Drop the diffuser, watch the corridor, let someone else go in, and get the plant down inside B. Blackbeard's best on these windows. Penari is right on the edge of his crosshairs here. He just misses his feet there as he darts into the doorway. Sprays to the hole on the right-hand side. Penari is cautiously there. More and more shots coming through the gap. Tweak looking to come in the room. He is there, but shut down quickly by Pengu. 2 left to find now. He's looking for a man to come up and pick up the diffuser. Penari leaps outside onto the balcony. Is looking for something, but can't find anyone. Gets back inside, but now Pengu knows exactly where it is he's coming from. Penari gets to the top of the stairs and Tornado Toby is waiting for him. Finally, it's all on Chaos. He's in the attic. He takes down 1, looks out to the side and finds Pengu. Does take him down, getting 2 for his team. Now going to find 3 more, but the plant's going to go down in a matter of seconds' time. Psy is on the front stairs coming up from the main lobby. Chaos is cautious of it and pre-spires it. Looks towards Psy, but doesn't get the killing blow. Doesn't do much damage at all, and Tornado will push him aggressively on the reload. Penta, 5 rounds to 1, take map number 2. 2 rounds to 0, they take the series, and all 3 points will head their way.
And that's the Penta we know. I mean, they, like you said, they warmed up quite a bit on the other map, giving away a lot of rounds on defense, or on their attack rounds, but ultimately it's winning the entire map that matters, right? That last point is all that they needed, and now they just shut them down.
No plan in